Welcome to How You an Adjuster. This is Curtis Horge, your licensed and bonded public insurance adjuster. Got a good show for you guys today in this new year. It's called New Year, New Trends. Check it out. Welcome back. This is Curtis Horge with How You an Adjuster. I want to talk to everybody about New Year's and new trends. First off, I'd like to say Happy New Year to everybody. And also, we have a new administration, new president. And I'm always optimistic about the new administration, and I hope they'll do some things that'll help us settle these claims properly. A lot of changes that are going on. Our president is a builder, so I'm sure he's had his own run-ins with insurance companies and know some of the deals about how they operate, and I'm sure he's probably worked with public adjusters before, I believe. I don't know. Hopefully, we can make claims fair again. That'd be something you can add to his slogan. Appreciate that. Marketing is marketing. Understand that. When you see television commercials, when you hear radio commercials, marketing is marketing. They're marketing to try to get you to buy these policies or go with their company. Some companies will come out and say, hey, we can save you money. And that's probably a good slogan to have. Saving money on insurance is always good since premiums seem to be so high and deductibles are so high. That's a good thing to save money. But most of them would always say, hey, we're your friend, we're your neighbor, we take care of you, we got your back, you know what I'm saying? But on the other side of that, insurers have had a different experience when they come down to the claim process. I also would like to say our thoughts and prayers are going out to the people who suffered the wildfire losses in California. I know that could be a very difficult process and a lot of hardships out there from people trying to replace their property and get back into their homes. If they are going to get back in their homes, because it's a lot of red tape and it could be some code violations and all kind of things I'm hearing about what insurers will be going through in situations like that. Unfortunately, California does not have a liquidated demand clause like Texas has. Texas liquidated demand clause means if your property is destroyed by fire, you're able to claim the face amount of the policy. This applies to the structure portion of the policy, but not to the personal property. So in other words, you have a loss, your house burned down to the ground, they will pay you the policy limit on the dwelling or the structure version or portion of the claim. But the personal property still got to be documented and put together and still submitted. California does not have that, so it's going to be a lot difficult for people to get total losses on their fires. And also, California has their own license for public adjusters. So many states, public adjusters can sister into. We can sister to Oklahoma and different states like that, Denver, Colorado. Also, a few other states we can sister into having a Texas license. But you have to take a test as a public adjuster and get registered with their Department of Insurance in California, pass their test in order to be a public adjuster in California. Floridians are like that too. Florida's like that too. We got to take a test to get into Florida. Register with their Department of Insurance to work claims as a non-resident public adjuster. With Florida the Floridians can actually come into Texas. They can sister into Texas. I never liked that. They can sister in, but we can't. I don't think that's fair. But anyway, a lot of people have companies and stuff that do that, so I understand it's just it's this thing. But I would say that California does have public adjusters. I met a few of them in associations. They're very effective, very good at what they do. So if they do need a public adjuster, it may be good to get someone to help them consult through that process, help them make sure they're getting everything the insurance company owe them, somebody that can read their policy and take advantage of the benefits on their policy. Public adjusters can't work in other states, like I said. They call that sistering into the other state, sistering in. We are in a Texas legislative year, 2025. This is when new laws are being heard on the floor of the Senate in Austin, Texas, to pass that could possibly be good for insurers. Most of the time it's not, because most people are not fighting to try to change these policies, or they don't know until they get into a claim, and it's just an individual. But if it was a lot of people knowing the changes that need to be made in these policies, they can probably get their senator to come in and submit something that would be useful to help them properly get fair settlement and have better experience on their claim process. Keep in mind, the insurance company is a multi-billion-dollar company, so they have the people, the lobbyists, to go in to pass laws. And every time they pass a law, it's to really protect them and minimize coverage. It's just the way it is. That's the business. We're in Texas. So hopefully, if you know your senator, you may want to reach out to him and say, hey, if you have any opinions or things you want to try to submit to try to change in the Texas law, this is the time to do it. Or you probably should have had it already kind of prepped before then and let him know what your opinions would be to try to change a law that can help them get a better settlement on their claim. One of the most popular estimating softwares is a system called Xactimate. We used to call it the insurance industry standard software, but it's really not. But most companies use this software. It's an estimating software that pretty much has all the material that you will probably use in building a structure. It's really good for residential, not as good for commercial. It's more structures for residential. The insurance companies have this system. They use this system. And because the insurance company probably is their biggest client, they got their own versions. Different companies got their own versions of Xactimate. And they're different than the one you would buy if you're an adjuster or independent or public adjuster. You buy your own version, or contractor or restoration company. They all use this system. If you would buy the version that they provide for you, it would be different from the insurance company's version. And so in saying that, because the insurance company is their biggest client, they're able to help them assist them in making changes to minimize the system. You have to paint a room. You got to prep the room. You have to make sure you replace, detach or set the switch plates and the plugs, and attach or set light fixtures. You have to mask, do certain things to make sure you prep for the paint. These used to be individual line items in Xactimate. Everything had a dollar amount tacked to it when it had to be done. But since the insurance companies have used this system so much, they've allowed them to change the description of what these actually entail. So now when you paint in a room, it includes a lot of the detachments at the switch plates, the masking, a lot of things are included in the paint price. Sometimes they'll say if it's excessive, they'll allow you to add more masking or stuff like that as needed. But you have to be a good adjuster to make sure that you can actually see when more of that is needed. And that's why hiring a public adjuster might be a good idea for you to make sure that you're not being taken advantage of by them adding to the description but not increasing the price. And by doing that, if you look at a lot of square foot, that's a lot of money that they're saving. If you do it individually, it's this. If you do it by itself, it's that. And it's much less than what you would normally, much less than what you would get if you would do it individually. And I've noticed that a lot of things are being changed. We constantly have to look at the description part of Xactimate to see what all it entails. I hate when adjuster tell me, oh, it's in there. Or it's already there. It's already accounted for. I'm like, what? Look at the description. I'm like, when did they put that in as a description? That was always something by itself, and that's added in, but the price is still the same. Yeah, that part, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's something that's happening with this software, but there are other softwares out there as well. I'm not going to go into all of them today, but it's quite a few of them. But Xactimate is pretty much the most common used software that insurance companies use. We use this to go out and write our estimates, to get detailed estimates, and negotiate with the insurance company to come to an agreed settlement. If you're a really good Xactimate user, you can capitalize on making sure you have good settlements, because you have to know the system. It's a lot of parts of Xactimate, a lot of description, a lot of items. You can find anything: sheetrock, wood, paint, flooring, roofs, everything's inside Xactimate. And they got different types of areas. Maybe 20 of each one of those broke down. If you know how to go in there and actually write the estimate to where it's actually what the people had, it really puts you in a better position to get a better settlement. So that's something that we know and use. But I noticed, like I say, a lot of the changes are being made to where these things are being added to the description and the price is not going up. The Xactimate is supposed to use like the fair market value of like the Home Depots and the Lowe's and material supply companies to determine what their pricing should be on material and stuff like that. Then they're supposed to talk to a few large contractors in the area to get labor prices of what it would be to do this type of job. Now, I don't think they do that as much as they need to, and the prices do change monthly, but a lot of things stay the same. But anyway, I want to tell you that's what's going on. This is just some of the new trends I see as public adjuster in the field, on the ground with the boots. Basically, I'm gonna keep on fighting her for the people and make sure they get what they need, they're supposed to have. I appreciate you guys tuning in today. I want to thank you for my supporters and my likes, my shares, and people who've been talking about what we're doing here. I appreciate it, and I want you guys to tune in for the next show. See you later.